Hey everyone. Okay, so in this video we're going to do another Q&A. I had a lot of fun doing this last week with you guys. So I collected some more questions and I'm going to go over those with you right now. So let's dig right in. The first question comes from Matt Lego Star. And his question is, what does your channel name mean? Okay, so good question, Matt. And my channel name, when I went into this channel about a year ago, I wanted to have a name to the channel that was Disney, right? But it wasn't like directly saying Disney. So I didn't want to have like Disney news. I wanted to do something that was more subtle, okay, but still connected. So the Orange Grove part of my name is actually an homage to Disneyland. Disneyland, the land that the park sits on, was an orange grove prior to Disneyland. So that's where that part of my name comes. It's an homage, it's a tribute or nod, if you will, to the orange grove that was there before Disneyland. The 55 part of my name is tribute to the year that Disneyland opened, 1955, July 17th. So that's how I came up with my name. Just, it's a tribute to the orange grove that was there before and the year that it was opened. Voila, Orange Grove 55. So thank you so much for your question, Matt. I do appreciate it. Let's move on to the next question. And this question is from Absinthe and Tears. And they're asking, what is your best Disney memory? What is it that makes you so passionate about Disney parks? Also, I love your channel. Keep up the good work. Thanks for bringing up good ideas and debates. Always like to hear your perspective. Well, thank you so much for the kind words. I really do appreciate that, and I'm glad that you enjoy the channel. That means a lot to me. That's really why I do this. So, so we all can share our passion for this park and for this company, and I'm glad that you get a lot out of it. That means a lot to me. Now, to answer your question, what's your favorite Disney memory? That's a really hard question because I got thousands of really amazing Disney memories. Okay, but one memory in particular that meant a lot to me, okay? It was a situation that happened actually in Tomorrowland. And I'm going to tell you the little story here. This was about 10, maybe 12 years ago, okay? And I went into the pizza port over in Tomorrowland and I got all my food. It's like a buffet style kind of. So you go eat your food, your pizza and everything, and then you go up to the register. I'm at the register, I hand them my card, and it comes back declined. Okay, I had money in the account, I don't know what's going on. I told the cast member, please run it again, there must be some mistake. She runs it again, declined. Okay, so I'm like stressing out. So long story short with that, it ended up there was some fraud on my account, the bank shut the card down. So that's what happened, but I was pretty upset. I mean, I'm here at the parks, I got no money now. What am I going to do? So I go outside and I'm just about ready to head home and just call it a day. And this Hispanic family comes up to me. There was like 4 or 5 of them. And the mom came up to me and said, we saw what happened over there with your card and we feel terrible. And I'm not even kidding you guys. The mom that was talking to me and all the relatives and friends and family that she was with, they were all reaching into their purse and their wallets and they all just started handing me money. I'm not even joking. They were just here, 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 here. I was standing there like it was like a dream, or like this can't be real. This doesn't happen. And I'm like, no. And they just kept handing me money and they're like, is that enough though? Can you eat? Is that enough? This was one of those moments where, and I know it sounds really cliche and really cheesy to always say, there's magic that happens at Disneyland. But this was really one of those magical moments. Because this was a real instance where complete strangers, they did not know me at all, I did not know them at all. They came to me with enormous kindness and compassion and love and offered me all this money so I can just get food, and it meant the world to me. I mean, it was to the point where I was really overwhelmed by how kind this family was that I literally, after it all happened, I had to just sit down and kind of like decompress and collect my thoughts, and I was like in tears. I couldn't believe this family doesn't know me at all, would do this, would be so gracious to me. And that was really one of my favorite Disney memories, because it shows how great people are sometimes. You know, how I know there's a lot of things that happen in the world where we get down and it's, you know, the world seems so gloomy and dark and horrible. But then there's these glimmers of magic, you know, that happen. And that glimmer of magic that day happened at Disneyland for me. And if that family, if you guys are watching this, thank you so much. Seriously, 10, 12 years later, I still remember it like it was yesterday. It meant the world to me. I can't even thank you enough. This family was incredibly gracious, and that's something that I'm never going to forget, because kindness like that is honestly really rare nowadays. So that was one of my favorite Disney memories. I have so many, you know, I mean, I have so many. I love Disneyland. I'm there all the time, but that was one that really, really stuck out for me. Thank you so much for your question. Okay, so the next question comes from Epic Berserker, and he is asking, do you think Disneyland Resort will get a Star Wars hotel after Florida gets built, or do you think it will stay exclusive or get duplicated at their parks like the Marvel Hotel? Okay, so in regards to the Star Wars hotel that they're building, I did a video on this a few days ago, but they're building a Star Wars hotel. It's going to be extremely immersive. It's going to really, like, you're going to be totally immersed in the Star Wars universe. You're going to stay there for like 2 or 3 days. It's an incredible experience. But do I think they're going to build that here in Anaheim? As a massive Star Wars fan, I mean, look at my shirt. As a massive Star Wars fan, I wish they would. I would love that out here. Love it. But realistically, I honestly don't think that we're ever going to get that in California. And the reason being is that we're really limited on the space we have out here. So any space that Disney has, they're probably going to put it to use in terms of like theme park expansions and stuff like that. I would be very surprised if we get this hotel. I hope we do. I really, really, really hope we do, because I think it sounds fantastic. But I just don't see it happening. I would imagine, because the one in Hollywood, the Hollywood Studios one, is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're building it like behind Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, or around that area, like the outskirts of Galaxy's Edge. And out here in California, we don't really have a whole lot of room outside of Galaxy's Edge. They had to destroy, you know, some of Frontierland and a lot of backstage space just to fit Galaxy's Edge. So I really don't think there's room anywhere near there for that kind of hotel. But in terms of your question, Epic, I wish we would. If Disney can make it happen, if they can fit it in any way they can, I would love to get that hotel. It looks incredible. Thank you so much for your question. And we're going to go on to the last question, which is from Michael Beld. Michael is asking, which Marvel character do you want to see get a Disney ride? I want a Black Panther ride at a hypothetical Epic Africa Pavilion, or a Doctor Strange Haunted Mansion at Shanghai, assuming they don't like Ghost any more than Hong Kong, because that's why Mystic Manor is a thing. Okay, so Michael, thank you so much for your question. And in terms of which Marvel entity or property or character I want to see built in terms of attractions, I would have to agree with your sentiment of Doctor Strange. I think that the visuals in that movie lend itself perfectly to a theme park attraction, especially now when you have, like, Disney has this projection mapping technology. They use it for their castle shows, and they've used it most recently in Fantasmic 2.0 at Disneyland, where you can literally project onto a structure and make that structure look like it's changing shape, like shape-shifting. And I think that for Doctor Strange, because if you've seen the movie, you know, like, the city, it's like Inception. It's really weird how the city will, like, fold on itself and do all these crazy things. And I think that with that projection mapping technology, there's a lot of opportunity there for Disney to use that in either a coaster or a dark ride, where it appears that things are shape-shifting and going all crazy and going into different dimensions. I think there's so much potential for that. Actually, it's really funny because when they first announced Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, I actually wanted, if they were going to theme Hollywood Tower Hotel to Marvel, I actually mentioned on Twitter how I felt that Doctor Strange would have been a much better fit. It would have been cool, I think, to be in those elevator shafts and have like the shafts or the rooms like shape-shifting and doing all these crazy movements, and you're going into like another dimension, so it's not too dissimilar from like Tower of Terror, but it's Marvel. So I thought Doctor Strange was actually a perfect overlay for Tower, but at that time they didn't know how big Doctor Strange was going to be, so I think they just went with Guardians of the Galaxy. But that's a great question, so thank you so much for that, Michael. Now, that concludes this Q&A. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have a question for me, leave it in the comment section below. I love to hear these comments, these questions. I love to talk Disney with you guys. So leave it below if you have any questions for me, and I will answer it in the next Q&A session. Like, subscribe. I do literally content on Disney all week long. I do multiple videos all week in regards to everything Disney. So please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and have a magical day. Bye-bye.